Hello everyone, VJZ32 back with another deck review. This is the Glitz 2.0 playing cards from Soleil Zombrun Dumidi, who happens to be the daughter of the creator of the Leonardo art playing cards. Um, anyway, in front of the tuck case you see there's some artwork. It doesn't say anything. I'm not a particular fan of decks that don't bother to tell us what they are, but that's okay, it's not a big deal. Um, You'll see that there is and I do have the cellophane on here, so it's a little hard to see, but it's got a iridescent foil thinness throughout the entire tuck case. It's a nice pattern. That's the front of the tuck case. There's a green one and an orange one. They each have a name. I forget the names. Shoot, I might have written it down somewhere. It doesn't really matter. It's just a name. The side that discontinues the patterns. It's actually different from one side to the other, and it wraps around, which is kind of weird that this one is different, but whatever. Top, more details. The bottom, shiny foil, and it says Glitz 2.0 art playing cards, Soleil Zombrun Dumidi, artplayingcards.com/glitz is where you can find them, and they're from Legends Playing Card Company. And there's a barcode. And in the back is the same as the front. I kind of would have preferred if this was the back design. It just looks a little bit nicer, fancier. But it's still similar, I suppose. And in the flaps, more of the nice details just kind of wrap around. Then you get to the cards, which are basically misprinted playing cards. Glitzy playing cards. Fairly standard at that. Here's your back design. Black with green. It just looks like close-up spade. Pip elements. Like I said, I think this would have looked better for the back design. I guess it's still similar, but that's what you get. As you can see, it's misprinted, blitzed, whatever you want to call it. Here's your Joker. This one's black with some red and aqua type colors, and just misprinted all over the place. That's the whole theme of the deck. And this one, same thing except pink and yellow colors. We get to the Ace of Spades. It says Glitz 2.0 and has green and yellow colors on the black. The court cards are just Arco court cards, basically your generic style court card. And Spades, as you can see, have a green and yellow misprint. Hearts and Diamonds have also a green and yellow, but of course with red pips and artwork. Clubs have pink and green and yellow colors, actually, as well. I'm just mentioning that because the colors are different from suit to suit. And diamonds have yellow and green and pink colors, so each suit has its own kind of unique misprinted color. They did try to make it so that they would induce less headaches, which is kind of funny that her playing cards were inducing headaches and whatnot, and I could see that. But they tried to make it a little bit friendlier for your eyesight. And then the number cards is basically fairly standard. But, of course, misprinted, miscolored. Pips and indexes all over the place. They actually kept the indexes fairly clean. They're a little bit misprinted, but I think they're fairly usable. They're a little bit hard on the eyes, obviously. I'm not entirely sure what stock finish was used, per se. Just that it was. The original deck was printed by USBC. It was this back design color, and it's basically the same thing. But I'm fairly certain it had borders to it. These ones are borderless. Still looks very sexy when you spread them out. I think it does anyways. Maybe sexy is not the best word, but you get the idea. This deck, everything is the same on the faces, as far as I can tell. Maybe they changed some of the glitch effects. I don't know, we'll see. Let's see what the survey says. Survey says it is an exact duplicate. So the only difference is the backs. In this case, there is an orange color to it. Wow. How creative. Like I said, they each have their own name, but it's really irrelevant. Because they're the same thing. far as the back design is concerned, I like it. I would have been better, I think, if it was, like I said, the image, the artwork you see on the back of the box. But it still looks great, and it looks very nice when you fan them or spread them out because of the colors and the borderless pattern. It's much better than the original one. That looks really nice, as you can see. So I will give it a 4 out of 5, 4.25 out of 5 perhaps. The faces, I'll say 4 out of 5 for the backs. The faces, I'm only going to say 3 out of 5 because, I mean, it's not like there was a lot of effort put into them. It's just basically giving them a glitz effect. They're just standard court cards, number cards. It's just a custom jokers and custom ace of spades, basically. I mean, yeah, they did have to do all this artwork and coloring, and that's fine. Yeah, that should be a little bit fair based on that. But it's just the other problem is they make it harder to. They're harder to use because of all the glitch effects, and they're hard on your eyes too. They can be, at least. If you have epilepsy, you should not be watching this video. I apologize. I mentioned that earlier. Hopefully nobody has any seizures. Anyways, so I would say 3 out of 5 for the faces. 3.5 out of 5 maybe. They're not bad, but they're not great either. Handling wise, they handle very nice, as you can see, and they're good for fanning and forcing and that sort of a thing. Good stock and finish from Legends. I always prefer theirs to Expert Playing Card Company most of the time. I don't know. You'll see in some of my other upcoming reviews how I feel about the Expert Playing Card Company stock a little bit more. But it does have an embossed stock, although it's almost a smooth type finish. But it handles good. I'll say for handling wise, 4.5, 4.75 out of 5. Overall, it's an interesting set of decks, just like the original one. They look a lot better, of course, for sweating, as you can see. But outside of that, it's same old as the last deck on the faces. And the backs, basically, aside from the borderless and the printed from Legends instead of USPC. So, I'm just going to say 3.75 out of 5 overall. If you like them, hey, by all means, get them. They're available all over the place, pretty much. And you can check out their website, artplayingcards.com. And if you don't like them, hey, not a big deal. I can understand. That is that. Don't forget to check out collectibleplayingcards.com. Use the code VJose32. It's my name. It's easy to remember. And you'll get 10% off your order each and every time. That's what I got. See you next time. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe.